Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got something a little different for you. You're probably wondering, where's the gameplay video? Who is this guy? I came here to watch Chewy versus Krennic. Where is it? We're trying something different. Not that we're going to get away from gameplay videos, because that is kind of the bread and butter of this channel. We absolutely love doing them. We built a custom gaming table for that specific purpose. So this here is just going to be an added bonus series that is all about the upcoming Planetary Qualifier in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. So it is on October 19th. Jessica and I both got tickets. We've got the email confirmations, so we are good to go. We're going to make a road trip out of it. We're going to be heading there probably a day or maybe two early, just so we can get settled, kind of tour around the city a little bit. We've only driven through Montreal, so we want to actually kind of embrace the mini vacation that is going to be what this is. And it's about a 12-hour drive from the front door here, so it's a bit of a drive. I'm going to do it in one spurt. I've done that many times, so it should be all right. I'll just be tired, and I don't want to go there the day before and, get a horrible night's sleep and then have to play 12 hours of Star Wars the next day. So, prep. That's what this video and a whole bunch more are going to be about. It's all about the Planetary Qualifier prep. What I'm doing kind of on a day-to-day basis to try and make sure that I place as best as I can. So before we get into it, I just want to jump in over to our YouTube channel. 132 subscribers currently, 48 in the last 28 days. Thank you so much to everyone that has subscribed. It's been quite the journey getting the gaming table all set up so that you guys can see everything clearly, what's in each person's hand, and then the table surface itself. It's very, very difficult to try to get the lighting right to make that as clear as possible. But I think we've got it to a pretty good place, and we're very, very happy with how far it's come and where it is currently sitting. We are not going to stop. It's just, we're pretty happy with where it's at. Speaking of it, let's jump over. This is a YouTube video of Chewy versus Krennic. As you can see what's in each person's hand. You can see clearly what's on the table. You can see the resources. You can see the discard pile. You can see the countdown timer. You can see our names, kind of who's playing which deck. And this kind of gives you a really, really great play-by-play of a game. So I don't think there's anyone else doing this on the internet that I've seen where you can see what's in each person's hand at all times. A lot of people will kind of show them at the first of the game, being like, here's what I'm resourcing my first turn. But as far as like throughout the rest of the game, you just have no idea unless you can kind of sneak a glimpse of their hand. So this is kind of like, this is awesome for training, because when we first started recording our gameplay, we were making misplays left and right. It was really, there were some videos that were so bad that I just didn't even post them. So it has been a really, really great learning experience for us, just watching them back and seeing, where we made mistakes. And it's made both Jessica and I better players. Jessica has currently taken down a competitive event and a pre-release event. So she has 2 first place finishes under her belt. I've got about, I want to say 5 or 6 second place finishes. I have not been able to crack that first place. I play in an awful lot of finals, but I just haven't been able to put it together. I keep not getting the draws. That's what I say. It's something wrong with my shuffling technique. So anyway, the game table, as you can see, it is awesome. If you haven't watched any of our gaming videos, head on over to the YouTube channel. Give us a subscribe, a like, a comment. Maybe you saw a misplay or missed opportunity. Let us know, because it's helped us out so much. So to all of our subscribers, thank you so much. It's been quite the ride to get to this point, and we're super excited to continue to bring you guys a lot of great content. Leader choice. What leader am I going to play? Right? There's lots of good options out there. I have a lot of these decks built out, but like, who am I going to take? Should I be committing to someone right now, or should I be waiting? I'm going to wait. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to commit to any of these leaders at this point, and I'm just going to build out the meta decks for each of them and just play the crap out of them. So currently we have a Boba Green and a Boba Yellow. We have a young Han Solo Blue. We've got an old Han Solo Green and Yellow, which the yellow is so much fun to play. Sabine Wren, we've got green, red, and yellow versions of her. Kira, we have a red version. We are going to build out the green version that Wu took to Gen Con and kick some butt there with that. And then Emperor Palpatine, I know he's not really meta per se. Maybe he's on the outside looking in a little bit. We just have a local guy here that has crushed me and a lot of other people locally many, many times with his Palp Cunning deck. He's just wrecked us. I mean, I want nothing more than to beat him in a finals. And Jessica did. She beat him in the finals on Friday with Sabine Green. But, I mean, if you're running into Palp, a lot of Palps, you want to be probably running an aggro deck because that performs the best against that. So currently we have a Palp Blue and a Palp Green. But we're going to be looking to add in the Palp Yellow just so that we can, get used to running into that. Just in case we see it. Plus, going to our weekly play, I'll be able to kind of run some decks up against him. And he's just a really, really good card player. So it's nice to have someone locally that you can bang some rounds with. So I guess that's it as far as leaders. Like, there is also Hondo. There's Hondo and maybe Bosk. I see a lot more people playing Bosk. I'm not sure exactly if Bosk is going to make it into the mix. I still think Kira is a better option when it comes to villainy blue leaders. Because I think the Hondo that performed well was a blue version. So I'm going to, stay away from the Hondo at this point. So, Planetary Qualifier prep. I've never prepped for a big event before. So I kind of wanted to make myself a quick list of things that maybe each day I'm going to try to accomplish, and then, a broader version or vision as to where I want to take things. So play a minimum of 10 games per day. Most of those games are probably going to be on Carabast. And when I say a minimum of 10 games a day, I mean like outside of our gameplay videos, because we just play a lot of random decks and leaders in those. This year, the minimum 10 games are going to be with like meta decks. Build all the top meta decks. I've kind of already touched on that. We've got a lot of them already built. We got a couple more we got to kind of put together, but we're well on our way with that. Go to weekly play at my local gaming store. Self-explanatory. I want to play real people in real life. I think that's where you get the best play possible. Like when I'm playing the minimum 10 games per day, Carabas is probably where we're going to get most of those games, but my weekly play, I want to make sure that I'm playing real people and as many rounds as I possibly can. Keep an eye on the meta. It's ever evolving. Every week there seems to be another tournament and another deck that does super well. So it's kind of one of those things where, like, a lot of times it's a deck that surprises you. It's something that you didn't see coming. Like, everyone can sit there and be like, oh, Sabine Green performed well. That's obvious. But then when Kira Green comes out of left field and does incredible, or Han Yellow, you're just like, what the heck? Or Hondo. Like, how the heck did he top 16? Blue villainy is just pretty damn good. So if you can kind of make things work, and if you're a good card player, then it's always possible to surprise people. Practice playing faster. So again, we do so many gameplay videos. We have so many decks. Currently, I have about 28 complete decks. Jessica has another between 8 and 10. And then Jude, my son, has another, I think he has 10. Now, some of these are budget decks, which we do on purpose, just so that we can share some lists of some more affordable options, because this game is so much fun. You don't necessarily need to be playing those top decks all the time. And some of our favorite games we've played are with non-meta decks. Even if you look at like today, I done my first draft of this on Monday. It's now Tuesday, the 20th of August. So we're just a little under 2 months away from the tournament. But today's video is, I showed it to you there. It's the Chewy versus Krennic. And this was incredibly fun. Like, it was so much fun that we just, man, blast. So go watch that game. It's very, very technical. It's back and forth. There was an Avenger out, and I was taking care of Avengers, and I had Han Solos out, and then Mauls were coming out. It was so back and forth and awesome. It was fun. So as far as practicing playing faster, that was a very, very long story to just say that I'm going to play as many rounds as possible with the meta decks and just try to learn the ins and outs of each of them. Study cards. So this might be one that a lot of people don't think of, but it's something that I've done and I found to be really, really helpful. So I started following this game back last summer, and it was super easy to memorize the cards as they were spoiled, because we would get like 1 or 2 a week, sometimes maybe 3, but it was just like they were spread out so much more than they were for set 2 that it was just super easy to obsess over a singular card and really learn the ins and outs of that, and then away you go. Whereas set 2, everything was kind of like a lot more fast and furious, and us trying to set up the gaming table, build out new decks. It's just been a lot. So I haven't quite got through all of set 2 yet, but I am well on my way. And then there's obviously cards that you want to make sure that you're looking at and understanding correctly, like Lurking TIE Phantom. I know a lot of people have had trouble with that, including us. I mean, it was very confusing. It just seemed like no one could defeat it unless they attacked it with a unit, but there's many options that are available. You can waylay it, Change of Heart. You can, what can you, did I say make an opening? Luke Skywalker, the unit. So when that unit is played, you can give the -3/-3 or the -6/-6, and that would defeat the Lurking TIE Phantom. So I know some people were like, I'm just going to play the Lurking TIE Phantom and buff that thing up, including us. And it's just not a great idea. Got to spread that love out, especially if you're playing Tarkin. Don't just give all your experience tokens to one unit. And then that kind of transitions into studying the cards and learning card interactions. So just making sure that I know that how each card works, and when I come up against something, or if I'm playing something, I want to be confident in how I'm, explaining how it works if I'm playing against someone that is not quite up to speed on that stuff. So today I'm going to be playing 10 games with Boba Green. I'm going to try to record kind of my win-loss ratio. This is my current build. I don't have a sideboard. That's kind of why I'm kind of covering up. I do have like Boba Fett's armor in there, but I like how this deck performs. I like the Forlom. Zuck is kind of combo. Overwhelming Barrage, Fett's Fire Spray, Maul. That's a great finishing lineup there. So I am going to put in my 10 games with this. I will let you guys know tomorrow with how it turns out, and then we'll kind of go from there. So with that said, I guess we're just going to finish it up here. That's my list. That's what I'm going to be doing. If you think I should add something to this list, let me know in the comments. If you think something on this list is dumb, you can also let me know in the comments. And yeah, that's it. We'll see you tomorrow with another update.